Hey guys, Geoffrey here. In this video, I want to talk to you about what most people fail to understand when it comes to stonewalling. And the reason why this is important and why I want you to stay till the end of this video is that if you don't understand the core reasons behind stonewalling, you tend to misinterpret the events and misdiagnose your events and end up feeling frustrated or confused over something that you don't need to feel frustrated or confused by. And when you feel this way, it will prevent you from actually breaking through that barrier and breaking through that stonewalling and dealing with the situation in a more productive way. Now, before I begin this video, I want to let you know that I'll be hosting a free live masterclass on the 5 proven steps to rebuilding your relationship from the ground up. So if you want in on that masterclass, be sure to stay till the end of this video for the announcement on that. And as always, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button to be notified when I post new videos 3 times every single week. But with that, let's get started. Now, when you watch a lot of other videos talking about stonewalling, the first thing they say is that it's a form of abuse. Maybe it's a form of narcissism. It's a power game. They're trying to get power over you and trying to trump you. Or that your partner is just trying to be difficult and that dealing with this is just a very impossible situation and that you should just run away from someone who's stonewalling you. Well, in my experience, this is the worst ways you can deal with stonewalling because stonewalling is none of these things. It's not abuse. It's not narcissism. It's not them trying to be difficult. So I want to open your mind to something new, a new paradigm here of how you look at stonewalling. What I found is that deep down, everyone, your partner, no matter how closed off or how much stonewalling they do, they actually want to express things with you. They want to be able to express their thoughts with you. But they don't do so properly. They try to evade your questions here because of 3 reasons. One is the lack of safety. For example, your partner might have tried to actually tell you or talk to you about the complex things, about the difficult things that she wants to express, but you didn't take it very well. Perhaps you get angry. You couldn't stay calm in that interaction. Or perhaps your response was more subtle than that. Perhaps you were trying to judge what she says, or just correct it, or try to get into the solutions mode too quickly. Whatever it is, something that you did made her feel like expressing these ideas with you or talking about these ideas with you would be a bad idea. Either it will lead to her feeling worse about her situation and herself, or it might lead to you two arguing or fighting. But nevertheless, the bottom line here is that she wants to express what she's feeling. She wants to express those very complex thoughts, but she can't because she doesn't feel safe doing so. Now, the second reason here is all about the lack of ability. Now, the thing you need to understand here is that when there's a very complex problem in the relationship, things that have been piled up for many years or many decades even sometimes, these things really pile up. And they don't pile up in neat stacks here. They pile up in this messy web of ugliness. And you might have felt this too when someone asks you, what is wrong with your relationship? And you just say, I don't know what's wrong. And whether you know it or not, when you say, I don't know at that moment, you're also stonewalling. But you're not stonewalling because you're trying to be abusive or you're trying to be narcissistic. You're stonewalling because you honestly don't know. Because the problem has gotten so complex that it's impossible to understand where to start here. So again, they're not trying to abuse you. They're not trying to be playing this power game. They're honestly trying to express this to you, but they cannot because the problem is just too complex for them to even know where to start. And the third reason here is the lack of desire. And this is quite closely related to number 1, which is that if they have tried multiple times to explain the stuff to you, to talk about the stuff to you, and instead of listening and understanding that complex web of ideas, you might be taking the first thing that she says and jumping in on that. Jumping in to judge that, jumping in to solve that, or jumping in to correct that, whatever it is you do. But the thing is, you haven't really understood the core reasons of what she's trying to express, but you've kind of jumped to your conclusions already. And after a while, if you keep doing this, what happens is the desire to express things with you will go less and less and less because she'll think, what's the point? What's the point of expressing something to you when you can't even listen? When you're not patient enough to actually stick through to the end and actually understand the root cause of what she's feeling that is really bothering her. So again, what you need to understand here is that stonewalling is not a form of abuse. It's not your partner being narcissistic. It's not a power game. It's not them trying to be difficult. This is a defense mechanism. It's a defense mechanism resulted by the fact that there's a lack of safety, that the problem has gotten too complex, and that she's tried many times, and she's honestly running out of ways to try to express this to you in a proper way. So of these 3 reasons of why someone stonewalls, which one do you think your partner falls under? And it could be one of these things, and it could be all 3 as well, but leave a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on what you're going through in your relationship right now. Now, the reason why this distinction or this clarification is so important is that If you believe in this old paradigm, whenever you get stonewalled, you cannot help but feel defensive yourself as well. You cannot help but feel impatient when you get stonewalled because you're assigning the reasons why your partner is stonewalling you to an intention of malice. And what also happens is you'll naturally also begin to blame your partner for being difficult, or blame your partner and get angry at your partner for not being able to express stuff with you. And this removes safety even more, which, if you think about it, worsens the problem even more. And as this cycle gets worse and worse and worse, what happens is you start to feel hopeless because the problem just keeps perpetuating as you keep misdiagnosing your problem. Now, if you understand this new paradigm where you're not assigning stonewalling to all this malicious intent, then what happens is you can be more understanding to it. You can be more patient to it because you realize that your partner is just trying her best or their best, but they just can't. They don't feel safe to, or they just don't have the desire anymore over many years of trying and failing. And when you can be more understanding during this process, you'll get less annoyed, you'll be more curious. And also, because you know the 3 reasons here, you can do your own diagnosis of what is actually broken, which one of these reasons are the reasons why she's stonewalling, and actually seek some advice on how to create safety, for example, and actually get to a productive solution. And as you learn how to listen better and actually get to a productive win-win solutions with your partner, you increase safety. And you increase that desire to talk to you and express to you even more. And over time, this is how you remove stonewalling from your relationship. And I'm sure that when you really adopt and really understand this paradigm, this new paradigm to look at stonewalling, you'll realize that becoming patient and becoming curious and actually breaking through that stonewalling will become a lot more natural and much more effortless for you. Now, if you're interested in a free resource that can help you understand how to lead your interactions with your partner in a way that creates more safety, that can allow you to break through the stonewalling, then you want to download the free guide in the description box below this video. And if you want in on the free masterclass that I mentioned in the beginning of this video about the 5 proven steps to rebuilding your marriage or your relationship from the ground up, then you also want to click the link in the description box below this video. Now, of course, if you want to connect with me on a more personal level, I have a free Facebook group where you can post your questions or ask your questions and actually get good advice and good answers about those questions. And if you want to join that group, then the link is also in the description box below this video. So if you found this video helpful, then I want you to give it a like and subscribe to this channel for more content like this one. And let me know, what did you find most eye-opening and most insightful in this video? Leave a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. In the meantime, though, I want you to also watch these 2 videos on how to deal with stonewalling and also how to become a better listener in your relationship so that you can create the safety and actually remove stonewalling in the long run. But with that, I will see you in the next video.